Today we will begin a discussion on solving partial differential equation. So we already know how to form partial differential equation from a given relation. Now the opposite procedure, solving partial differential equation. How can we solve a given partial differential equation? So let us start with first order partial differential equation. From your plus 2 classes, you are familiar with linear and non-linear differential equations. So we will here also we'll have linear partial differential equation of first order as well as non-linear partial differential equation of first order. So we will start with first order partial differential equation. So what is actually first order partial differential equation? An equation which contains P and Q. P and Q are our first order partial derivatives. An equation contains first order partial derivative is called a first order partial differential equation. How can we define a solution? A solution is a solution of a differential equation is called integral. There is no surprise in calling your solution of partial differential equation as integral, because to solve a partial differential equation, actually we are doing the method of integration. Somehow it is integral. So that is why it is called integral. So there are two types of solution. We will discuss mainly about these two types of solution. First one is called complete integral, a complete solution of a differential equation. When we have a first order differential equation, that means it have normally have p and q. That means a derivative with respect to x as well as a derivative with respect to y. And we know that from the formation of partial differential equation, we know that if we have two variable and two arbitrary constant, then we will get first order partial derivative. If you have two variable, that is, if the number of variables equal to number of uh, eliminate number of constant to be eliminated, then you will get first order partial derivative. So on the other hand, when you have a first order partial differential equation with two variable, then definitely in your solution you will have two variable, two constants. Keep that in mind. Again, from a relation, if you have two arbitrary constant and two independent variable, you can form a first order partial differential equation by eliminating the constant. Again, on the other hand, if you find the solution of a first order partial differential equation involving two independent variables x and y, there must be two arbitrary constants. So the solution f of x, y, z, a, b, f of x, y, z, a, b, where a and b are arbitrary constants, is a solution of first order partial differential equation and is called complete integral. That is, if you have the same number of arbitrary constants as your independent variable, then that is a complete solution or a complete integral. A solution of obtained from complete integral by assigning particular values to the arbitrary constants is called a particular integral. So definitely, when you this a and b are arbitrary constants. I already mentioned arbitrary constants mean a constant. We are actually free to give any value to that particular constant. So if you assign a particular values to that particular constants, arbitrary constant, then the integral become a particular one is called a particular integral. So these two are the ideas of complete integral and particular integral. In general, suppose you have a differential equation with n independent variable. If you have a differential equation with the n independent variable, then a solution of that particular, a complete integral of that equation, that particular equation should contain n arbitrary constant. And if we give particular values to all that, if you give particular value to that arbitrary constant, you will get a particular integral. So these are the ideas of complete integral and particular integral. Now there are different kinds of differential equation. Sometimes the differential equation is actually easy to solve. Let us consider some more ideas of solution. That is, if we put b equal to phi of a, that is, if you are giving a particular function to b, then you will get an envelope of family of surface. That means we get a collection of family of surface f of x, y, z, phi of a equal to 0. Such solution is called general integral. Then we get a solution containing an arbitrary function phi. It is called a general integral. If we substitute b equal to phi of a, then we can b equal to phi of a mean, then we can replace that a and b by phi of a, no problem, no need to write a again. So then we get a solution containing arbitrary function phi, which is called general integral. We already know that if you have one arbitrary function in your equation, you will get a first order partial differential equation. So that is called a general integral. Now what is singular integral? The envelope of family of surface f of x, y, z, a, b equal to 0 with parameters a and b if exists. If the envelope of a family of surface f of x, y, z, a, b equal to 0 with parameters a and b if exists is called a singular integral. That means if you consider a family of surface and the corresponding envelope exists, then such a solution is called singular integral. Now the singular integral is differ from particular integral in that it is not obtained from complete integral by giving particular values to the constant. So singular integral and particular integral are actually different. Particular integral is actually obtained by giving specific value to the arbitrary constant in your complete integral, but singular integral is the envelope of the family of surface if exist is called a singular integral. So actually complete integral and particular integral are important to us. This general integral and singular integral are not that much important anyway. uh, Keep in mind these definitions anyway. So let us consider one problem. Some partial differential equations are actually solvable directly by integration. So consider this one. Dou square z by dou x square equal to xy. So on the left side we have a second order derivative. Right side we have a simple function product. So we can simply integrate this one. Integrating this, if we rewrite this equation as dou square z by dou square minus xy equal to 0, let us integrate this equation with respect to x. When we integrate an equation with respect to x, keep your y fixed, what we get? This dou square z by dou square become first order derivative when we integrate. And what is the derivative of xy with respect to x? What we get? We get x square by 2 into y. Again, the right side become, when we differentiate a constant with respect to x, 0 with respect to x, when we integrate 0 with respect to x, what we get? We will get a constant. But what is constant with respect to x? With respect to x, y is constant. So we can write that constant as f of y. We can write that constant as f of y. Again, integrating with respect to x again. We are going to integrate the equation with respect to x again. What we get? When we integrate dou z by dou x with respect to x, we get z. X square by 2 becomes x cube by 6 into y. Again, when we integrate f of y, we will get f of y x plus another constant of integration. And keep in mind that again our constant of integration is nothing but a function of y. We can write it as again y. So this is actually our required solution. Z equal to x cube by 6y equal to x f of y plus g of y. Note that here we have two arbitrary functions. So obviously our corresponding equation is of second order, or since we have a second order differential equation, we must have two arbitrary functions, or we have more than two arbitrary constants. So here we have two arbitrary functions. So this is our required solution. Another problem. Solve dou cube z by dou x square dou y plus 18xy square plus sine 2x minus y equal to 0. Again, there is not much problem in integrating each of the term. We can integrate it, no problem. So let us integrate this one directly with respect to x two times, because we have dou x square differentiation with respect to x twice. So we will integrate with respect to x twice. What we get, this dou square dou cube z by dou square dou y become, after one integration with respect to x, it become dou x dou y. A derivative of 18x become 18x square by 2, which is 9x square y square. And the derivative of sine 2x minus y is minus of cos 2x minus y divided by derivative of 2x minus y is 2. So we have a 1 by 2 here. And on the right side, when we integrate 0, we will get constant. And since we are integrating with respect to x, our constant is a function of y. So we have f of y right here. Again, we again differentiate the equation with respect to x. What will happen? One more differentiation will be get eliminated. So we have dou z by dou y plus 9x square y square. When we integrate 9x square y square, what we get? We get 9x cube by 3, and that is 3x cube y square minus. Again, we are going to integrate cos 2x minus y with respect to x. What we get? The integral of cos is sine. So we have cos x minus y. Already we have 1 by 2. We will get another 1 by 2 there. So it is 1 by 4 sine 2x minus y equal to derivative of f of y with respect to integral of f of y with respect to x is x f of y, plus we have another constant of integration, and since we are differentiating with respect to x, our constant is a function of y, we get another function g of y. So dou z by dou y plus 3x cube y square minus 1 by 4 sine 2x minus y equal to x f of y plus g of y after two integration with respect to x. Again, still we have a differentiation remains in the equation. We have to remove that differentiation also. For that, we will now integrate with respect to y. Integrating with respect to y, dou z by dou y become z. The integral of y square is y cube by 3. 3 will get cancelled. X cube y cube minus. When we integrate sine 2x minus y with respect to y, what we get? The integral of sine is actually cos 2x minus y. Minus is already there, and we will get another minus from here. So 3 minus implies minus for the time. So minus 1 by 4 cos 2x minus y equal to, now x into integral of f of y is integral of f of y dy. We don't know what is the function f of y. So we can simply write it as integral f of y dy plus integral g of y dy plus, now we have another constant of integration. Note that we are integrating with respect to y. So now our constant of integration is a function of x. So we will get h of x here. Now let us replace this. Anyway, if we integrate a function in y with respect to y, we get a function in y, no problem. Let us replace that by an arbitrary function u of y and v of y. What we get? We get our z as minus x cube y cube plus 1 by 4 cos 2x minus y plus x u of y plus v of y plus h of x. Note that here u, v and h are arbitrary functions. U, v and h are arbitrary functions. Note that actually the given equation was of order 3. Therefore, now we have 3 arbitrary function in our solution, and that is the required solution for the given equation. Let us consider our next problem. Solve dou square z by dou x dou y equal to sin x sin y, for which dou z by dou y equal to minus 2 sin y when x equal to 0 and z equal to 0, when y is odd multiple of pi by 2, for which dou z by dou y equal to minus 2 sin y when x equal to 0 and z equal to 0 when y is an odd multiple of pi by 2. That means here we have some conditions. When in a problem you have conditions, mean you have to find the specific value of arbitrary function. The previous problem we get arbitrary function, but actually there is no such conditions given. So we write the arbitrary constants as itself. But in this problem we have conditions given. So we have to find the value of arbitrary function for this particular problem. Anyway, let us start. Dou square z by dou x dou y is sin x sin y. So second order mixed partial derivative equal to sin x sin y. Now we are going to integrate with respect to x. Either other order is also possible. Let us start with integrating this equation with respect to x. Obviously, we are keeping y constant. What we get? The differentiation with respect to x will get eliminated. So dou z by dou y is minus sin x sin y. So when we integrate with respect to x, sin y is a constant. So we get minus cos x sin y plus constant of integration f of y. Again, not that when we integrate with respect to x, y is our constant. So constant of integration must be a function of y. So what we get f of y. Now, right now we have a dou z by dou y and we have a condition in dou z by dou y. Let us apply that one. What is given when x equal to 0? When you substitute x equal to 0, your dou z by dou y must be 2 sin y. So let us substitute y x equal to 0. When x equal to 0, what will happen? This cos 0 become 1. So minus sin y. Therefore, what we get? We get when x equal to 0 minus 2 sin y, which is given equal to, from this equation we have minus sin y plus f of y. Rewriting the equation, what we get? F of y equal to minus sin y. So now we applied the given condition, and now our arbitrary function become a specific function. So f of y is right now minus sin y. So what we have, the equation right become dou z by dou y equal to minus cos x sin y minus sin y. Not that we are looking for z, the solution. Let us integrate this equation with respect to y again. Why we are integrating with respect to y? Here the differentiation is with respect to y, so we are integrating with respect to y to eliminate that. Integrating with respect to y, what we get? We are keeping x as a constant. We get z equal to cos x cos y. What is the reason for that? The derivative of this particular one, we are integration of sin y is minus cos y. What we get? So this minus will get positive. So cos x cos y plus, now the integral of sin y is minus sin y, so we have minus plus cos y here, plus constant of integration, and since we are integrating with respect to y, our constant is x, so we have g of x. Let us use the second condition. What is actually given? Z equal to 0 when y is an odd multiple of pi by 2. So let us give an odd multiple for x. Y. Let us give y equal to some odd multiple of pi by 2. That is, odd multiple of pi by 2 means some 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Now, what is here we have y inside our cos function. Cos y is here. So, what is cos 2n plus 1 pi by 2? It is 0. If we take the odd multiples of pi by 2, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 by 2 all are in the y-axis, so definitely cos is 0 there. So when we substitute this y is equal to an odd multiple of pi by 2, first and second term will get cancelled, we get g of x equal to 0. So g of x is our arbitrary function which is equal to 0. Therefore the required solution is z equal to cos x cos y plus cos y, and that is a complete solution. That is our required final solution. Okay, these are some homeworks for you. All this, and if you have any doubt, feel free to contact me. So these are the type of equation where direct integration is actually effective to find the solution, and not that it is not possible to find the solution of a different equation by integrating in all cases. So it is actually for a particular type of equations only we can use this integration. So solve these 8 problems and upload in your Google Classroom. We will meet in lecture sixth with another method to solve differential equation. That's it. Thank you.